Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Devil's Due. Court is now in session. I am your host, Carl Duty, and with me, as always, is a man who's bouncing here and there and everywhere and is known to have high adventure that is, some might say, beyond compare. Mr. Drew Celestino.
Am I Tigger or something now?
No, come on. Bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Yeah.
High adventures that are beyond compare. Think back to your... This is going to be relevant when we get to the news, but think back to your youngin' days.
I've tried to repress
Disney
my
afternoon.
young days.
Gummy bears, man.
Oh, dude.
Theme song.
I ate gummy bears. I did not watch gummy bears.
You didn't watch Gummy Bears?
No.
You did watch the Disney afternoon, though, right?
No. What
really?
was on it?
Like Tailspin,
That I remember.
DuckTales, Darkwing Duck.
Those I remember.
So that
Gummy Bears?
Gummy Bears was in the very early, like, beginnings of the Disney afternoon.
I guess I missed that. I remember all the ones you mentioned, and then like Gargoyles briefly, Batman the Animated Series.
Batman the Animated Series is not Disney.
No, I know that, but neither are the Gummy Bears. So
no, they're Disney. It was a Disney show.
Holy crap, dude. You're blowing my mind right now. All right. Sure. I like gummy bears.
That news item we're going to have a little later is going to be pretty underwhelming for you. All right.
Oh, okay. Are gummy bears involved? Spoilers?
In a roundabout way.
All right.
Kind of.
Well, we're off to a good start.
Yeah, we're striding out of the gate. We're just like smooth sailing so far.
Good.
30 seconds
Good.
into the show.
Yeah, I know nothing about gummy bears. I thought they were candy, but I guess I was wrong. Disney owns gummy bears too.
Well, I don't think the candy. I'm talking about the animated television show. We'll get there.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay. Sure.
Well, here we are again. Court's back in session. Time for our opening arguments.
Yes.
How was your week, sir?
It's good.
It's good?
It's good.
It's good.
Remember last week when I lamented that I needed a clone and everything was insane? And
yeah, did you clone yourself?
No. That would be nice, but no. But I did enjoy a little weekend respite from obligations and just kind of took her easy. It was very good. Very good.
Did you finish Iron Fist?
No. I said it was good. Why would I want to subject myself to that?
You're going to have to finish it sooner or later.
Yeah. So I hear. No, Friday I took the night and I went to a local band's CD release party, and another band from Rochester that we're friends with actually was playing as well, so they were in town, so we made sure to go see them, and it was a good time. Memo to metal crowds. You, my friends, have some serious work to do, because punk and hardcore crowds eat your lunch.
Question.
Yeah.
Is the metal crowd regularly infused with younger members the way punk crowds might be?
Given the shows that I'm talking about, it's the same people. It's the same demographic at the moment.
All right.
Generally speaking, I'd say the punk scene might skew younger, but there's no excuse for what I saw Friday. These are the same age bracket. And the crowd was way more active than your average metal crowd, who typically sits around with their arms folded, much like you are right now.
That's how I'm comfortable.
But you're on a podcast, I'm saying.
Well, maybe with like an older metal crowd, they've kind of, done the damage to the old bodies.
No.
They've banged the head enough. And they're just...
It's a collective apathy.
All right.
Yep. I don't know what it is exactly, but I'll tell you, man, punk and hardcore crowds are way more into it. So, yeah, do better, metal crowds. You have a reputation to uphold. And you're not doing good right now. So anyway, that was Friday. That was fun. Saturday, equally, well, unfortunately, I had to help a friend move. Yeah, it was a good time.
No, that's never a good time.
Not bad, though. Okay. Mostly light stuff, some heavy objects, and the bane of any move is stairs.
Yep.
So moving things downstairs is always a good time. So even though I didn't get to go to the gym on Saturday, which I was upset about, I got some work
got
in.
your workout?
I got
You
the work
lifts
in. Yeah.
Did you pivot? Pivot?
Yeah.
You're not getting it, but my wife will.
Okay.
It's a Friends reference.
Okay. Yes, that was all right. Nothing too crazy, just enough. Also Saturday,
Yes.
I took the illustrious Lucas to the Bassett Blast in Rochester, which is a big event for ABC Bassett Rescue. And it's, imagine if you will, an arena, hockey arena.
Okay.
No ice, just the big empty floor.
Mm-hmm.
Vendors, tables around the perimeter. Big open area in the middle. And I mean, big.
Mm-hmm.
Basset hounds running free.
As far as the eye can see.
Yep. All over the place.
That's awesome.
Some on leashes, some just free roaming. Let them go. I had to keep Lucas on a leash because he can be kind of a jerk sometimes. But he was good. He was very well behaved. He wore his King 2016 robe because he was the king last year.
Okay.
He was not king. You can't repeat. So, but everyone had to know that he was the king last year.
You're still the king to us, Lucas.
And my mother-in-law's adopted Basset Hound Valentine, who was here for a while.
Yeah.
We still have her on the weekends ever so occasionally. By ever so occasionally, I mean every weekend lately. But anyway, we brought her, and we let her off on her own, and she was fantastic. She had a great time, and she was very good, and everyone loved her, and everyone loved Lucas. And I think they had 10 Bassets up for adoption, 6 of which got adopted at the event. So that's good. That means there's 4 more that need homes. So ABC Bassett Rescue kids, go adopt yourself a beautiful dog. So that was fun. And then I watched the 4th episode of Mystery Science Theater on Netflix, of the new Mystery Science Theater, and that's notable for one very, very big reason on episode 4. Well, a couple reasons why it's a notable episode. Okay. It's a Roger Corman movie.
All right.
Okay.
Which movie is it?
It's called Avalanche.
Okay.
It's bad. Par for the course for the show. Roger Corman as well is bad. Mia Farrow
still made a better Fantastic Four movie than the theatrical releases we've had.
Yeah, how about that? It's amazing. Mia Farrow and Rock Hudson, fairly A-list for a Mystery Science Theater flick.
Mia Farrow probably up and coming at the time, looking for work. Rock Hudson probably trying just to get a paycheck.
Maybe, but still, it's notable.
Yeah, no,
but these are small reasons to watch the episode. The main reason you want to watch the episode for fans of The Devil's Due, you want to stick around for the credits, my friends, because in the credits, who's in the credits, episode 4? This guy. Me.
Got your name as a Kickstarter backer.
That is correct. So stick around for that. Highlight of the episode. Not really, but I'm in there, so that's pretty sweet to see. It's fairly... It's pretty weird and wild to see my name listed on something that means so much to me. It meant so much to me as a kid and growing up. And now it's like, look at that. I'm in there. I'm on that show now forever.
Yes, you are.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Me and thousands of other people. But still, I never thought I would live to see the day where that was a thing.
Yeah, that is definitely pretty cool.
Sunday.
We'll say those people only need the edge.
Exactly. Pretty chill. Went out to dinner with my dad, actually.
Yep.
And my stepmom, my sister, and Jen, obviously. And we went to the Tappo. It's an Italian place across from Big Ditch Brewery on Ellicott Street. Very good. Very
cool.
good. Yeah, enjoyed it very much. Other than that...
Would you say Italian food is the food you are most critical of when you're eating out?
It's the one I go out for the least.
Okay. Because
I've had what I consider the best growing up at home. So it's very rare that I get the itch to go out for it when but it was good. It was very good. But the main highlight of the weekend, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of ground covered there, but the main highlight for me, I kicked back for the most part, and I played many hours of Zelda.
Didn't achieve anything, played a lot.
Yep. I'm over the 80-hour mark. There's 4 big areas to go that I'm still plugging away at.
Did you pick up Mario Kart?
I did. Haven't played it yet. Hyrule ain't going to save itself, man.
Apparently, you're not going to save it either at this point.
I'm at the point where it's like, I just want to get this game done so I can move on. Because I don't want to start swapping games around. I want to get this done, and then we can play other stuff. But I don't know when it's going to be done.
All right.
It's huge. It's gigantic. Ganon knows how to pick the kingdoms to take over. He takes the big ones. It's hard to take back. Anyway. Exhale. How was your week?
My week was all right. Nothing tragic happened. William
That's good.
is improving in his mobility.
Yeah.
He's like, you can tell he's almost about to start crawling.
Awesome.
So that's good. We kind of had a possible first word yesterday, but my criteria for a first word is he has to be able to repeat it.
Okay, sure.
Because,
you can stumble into something, but does he do it?
Yeah. Does he know what he's doing?
Sure.
Because yesterday, when I come home from work, typically, and I stop off at either my mother's or my mother-in-law's house and pick him up and bring him home, Julie and I make sure to spend some time with him and whatnot. And when we're just kind of chilling out with him yesterday, he just looks at me and goes, "Daddy." But he didn't do it again.
Well,
but that's kind of in the wheelhouse of the noises he's making.
Okay.
He'll go like dad, 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 dad. They'll also go like buh, 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 buh. So hey,
I'd say that's
we're not officially calling it first word because we couldn't get him to do it again.
I got a feeling it's coming, and then he's going to say it all the time.
Here's hoping. Hoping.
That's exciting.
So yeah, that was exciting. Kind of in a way taking a kind of pseudo cue from you, but also just general desire to be healthier.
Oh, okay.
So no,
that's how I felt when I joined the gym, man.
Yeah.
Now I'm pretty into it.
If I ever come over here and you're wearing a sweat headband, we're gonna have words.
Oh, okay.
Just saying. Because
I don't wear headbands at the gym.
I don't want you to become a gym bro.
I wear bandanas at the gym.
All right. So
that's okay.
I have started. Julie was doing this, and I started doing it roughly end of last week, all of this week. I started drinking 2 glasses of matcha tea per day.
Matcha tea?
Matcha tea.
Matcha tea.
Are you familiar with matcha tea?
I am not. I don't really do the tea.
Matcha tea is a super concentrated, refined green tea.
Okay.
1 teaspoon of matcha tea powder it doesn't even come in the tea bags. Mm-hmm. It's refined powder.
Okay.
So if I read
the cocaine of teas,
more or less, if I read this correctly, one teaspoon of matcha tea is the equivalent of 20 cups of regular green tea.
That's pretty insane. Lucas ties himself up in your headphones.
Yes, Lucas finding a way to be disruptive, not intentionally, but Lucas finds a way.
He sure does.
Yes, he does.
So yeah. Your cocaine tea.
So my cocaine tea, 2 glasses a day, 1 teaspoon of powder each glass. To be fair, as far as the effects of it go, I do feel an increased energy throughout the day as well as increased focus.
Okay.
It's also like a metric crap ton of antioxidants and, all the benefits of regular green tea multiplied by a lot.
Okay.
More or less. Problem though. The taste. Yeah.
I like green tea. You're saying it's not good?
Here's the thing. It's like one of those dark green drinks.
Oh.
Like sludge green.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Like if you were to kind of lift up Jabba's nether regions and kind of just stick your hand in there and scrape out what you can and throw it in a glass.
Yeah.
That's probably what it looks like. And not for nothing, probably what it tastes like too.
Oh.
So I started throwing. Julie doesn't have the same problem with this I do, which baffles me.
Not all of us are as... Some of us have a I don't know. It's
Weird
hard
taste.
Yeah. Taste is weird.
Started throwing some lemon juice in there.
Okay.
Helped a little bit.
A little honey will probably do you good there.
I was just about to say, a friend of mine on Facebook recommended some honey. So
The only problem, don't go nuts.
Yes, the honey helps. Here's the problem, though. I'm going to be attempting something starting actually this coming Saturday
Okay.
is when it's starting.
Mark calendar.
I'm going to attempt a 30-day sugar purge.
Oh, this is a good... I fully endorse this for you.
Now, my rules are... if sugar occurs in the food naturally,
Yes.
it's okay.
Yes.
Fruit, what have you.
Yeah.
Things that get converted to sugar, like rice, that's fine because it occurs naturally. Anything that's processed sugar, cutting out for 30 days.
Okay.
I've done this once before. I went for 10 days.
Where do you land on pasta and bread? Is that acceptable?
Whole wheat.
Whole wheat. Okay.
Go whole wheat.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
You can do this.
Yeah,
I did this a long time ago, and I never really turned back.
I mean, like, you might not be the cranky one for a couple shows.
That's okay.
Like, I might be the one that hates everything.
You take alcohol away from
spits
me,
the
and that's going to
rancor.
be rough times. But
So
good, man.
So yeah, going to be attempting that.
I want to put this out there. Americans do not need sugar. We are raised on so much sugar. It's just part of like the American lifestyle at this point.
Yeah.
The world looks at us and laughs because it's
yeah.
insane.
It's like I mentioned to you. It's been well over a year since I've been to like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, things like that.
That's good.
I've cut way down on pop.
See
Like
that
pop's a rarity.
That's where I'm getting like corn syrup. Man, that stuff is like. I'm not gonna be the guy telling you that like it's gonna kill you or something like that. Like it's not some kind of plague, but you don't need it. Like
Yeah.
and
I mean,
and sugar, dude. We don't need sugar. Humans did not come up ingesting sugar.
We need sugar on a biological level.
Not like
in some
not
form,
the
but
sugar.
not the way we consume it.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
oh my God, dude. Sugar in America is just it's dare I say it is an epidemic. They put in everything.
Yeah.
And it's cheap, and they sell it to you, and naturally it tastes good, so you just, more sugar, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, once you get off of it, you really won't want to go back to it. Like, when I have anything sweet now, it's just like, oh, God, too sweet. Like,
Yeah.
I have to have it in small increments.
Yeah. So
It gets painful.
going to be starting that. I picked Saturday. People say, well, that's an odd day to start. I picked Saturday because, we've got going to see Guardians on Thursday
We
night.
sure are.
Yeah, we are. And then Cinco de Mayo on Friday. Going to be a good time. So, yeah, let me think. Matcha tea.
What's on the menu for Cinco de Mayo?
I'm making tacos.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to make a tequila lime chicken. Never tried it before, so I'll try that. But my tacos are, like I say, world-renowned. But
Tacos are tacos, man. I'm in.
I can usually manipulate friends into doing things they normally wouldn't want to do if I promise them my tacos.
All right.
So,
Do you need anything?
nothing I can think of at the moment, but if it comes up, I'll let you know.
Okay.
So, that was like the week proper, weekend, Friday night. When I do Friday night?
You didn't play games with me.
No, I did have a game night at my place though.
Cool.
A couple friends came over. Saturday was International Tabletop Game Day. I met up with Alan and Tim Book at Collector's Inn, where we proceed to find out that we were still playing Tiny Epic Galaxies wrong.
We're learning as we go.
Yeah.
Every time we play.
Yeah. So, but we modified it. We following the rules now. I think, though, like I mentioned earlier, with what we found out with the rules, it might change the game from an appetizer to an entree.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
It's going to lengthen the game. I think. I'm not 100% sure.
We'd have to try it out
Yeah.
early.
Yeah.
To see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, let's see. Oh, I guess that would be this week. So Sunday, woke up. The wife and I went to church in shifts because William decided to fall asleep like right before we went to church, and he's been kind of sketchy on the sleeping and whatnot lately.
So
hasn't been sleeping through the night every night like we like.
Oh boy.
So I was like, okay, you go to church. I will stay here with him. You come home, then I'll go to church. We did that. And then she was feeling kind of cabin feverish. Hadn't really gone out and done anything in a little bit. So we went out. Where did we go to lunch? Where did we go to lunch? Oh, yeah. We went up to the Galleria Mall, went to Five Guys.
Okay.
I like Five Guys.
They give you a lot of fries. Can't argue with that.
They do give you a lot of fries, and they're fresh cut. I mean, you can't.
Again, can't argue with that.
She likes their hot dogs. I don't. Because they do like
If
the
it's-
cut down the middle and press fry them.
Nah. If
Their
it's-
burgers are good.
If
though.
it ain't Salen's, you're not selling me. And
Yeah,
if it's not Ted's, I just don't care.
Yeah, their burgers are really good though.
You know what we need in Buffalo? Well,
What do we need?
New York, the East, In-N-Out Burger, man.
Isn't there just like one location in California?
No, they're all over in California.
Oh.
And I will, having been there, I will profess, yep.
You don't like chains.
But it's a good chain. I don't like McDonald's and all that stuff. In-N-Out Burger is pretty damn good. Not gonna lie.
Walked around the mall. She got a Baby Groot T-shirt
Aw.
for Thursday night. And I learned, I think I mentioned to you and Alan in chat, I learned that there was a GameStop exclusive Akuma Funko Pop.
Yeah.
So my collection of Street Fighter Funko Pops, which once thought complete, was not complete.
No, it's not.
I had to give money to GameStop.
It's,
I like doing.
I know. I don't like it either. But you got to do what you got to do for the collection.
Yeah. So there's that. Trying to think what else.
I believe Street Fighter 2 comes out for the Switch this month.
Yes, it does. Should be fun.
Should be.
I won't be able to play it on those Joy-Cons. That's just... that wouldn't be functional at all. Well, no, I'm just saying.
Said the master of Street Fighter.
Listen.
I appreciate that. I
There's-
understand.
There are certain games I'm sure Joy-Cons are fine for. Street Fighter's not one of those games.
I'll let you know if I get it.
Well, Alan's going to get
Alan's
it.
going
I'm
to
sure
get it.
he'll bring
We'll
to
play
you,
with We'll play
yeah.
with Dan.
Trying to think what else. Sunday night. I know there's something I'm forgetting. Anyway, yesterday got a nice little letter from work.
Oh.
Yeah. Like this month is my 10-year anniversary.
Oh,
My
boy.
current employer.
They throwing you a party or are they laying you off?
They're sending me a $150 Visa gift card,
Hey.
which I was kind of puzzled with because they sent me a letter saying they were going to send me a gift card. Why didn't you just send the gift card in that letter?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
So that means that they've put aside for you $1.50 a year for the last 10 years.
Yep.
Is that right? That's not right.
I don't know.
$10.50
You're
a year.
asking the wrong guy when it comes to math.
I screwed up.
I don't math.
$10.50 a year for the last
All right.
10 years.
I mean, you know what? It's nice.
It's nice.
It's going to buy a lot of X-Wing ships.
Yes. I
Yes.
see. I see how it is.
I bought a Y-Wing this past week, and I bought it simply for one of the Astromech cards. I'm like, I'm never going to fly a Y-Wing. These things there are better bombers out there. Got a B-Wing.
All right.
All right. That is, I believe... See, I started taking notes.
This is good.
I didn't take notes throughout the week. I just jotted down some stuff before
That's all you got to do. It comes,
Yeah.
you're a professional. Comes
Yeah,
naturally on the air, as it were.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to communicate with the show, if you would like to ask us some questions, which we do have this week, if you would like to make some comments or suggestions, we'd love to hear from you. You can reach us on Twitter at Devils Do Pod. You can go to Facebook.com/Devils Do Pod. You can email us at thedevilsdopod@gmail.com. or you can find all these resources available to you on thedevilsdupodcast.com. That being said, it is time for cross-examination.
Bring it.
Drew, the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern of the Devil's Due have returned. Mr. Alan Waiters and Mr. J.J. Alcimino.
Both of them this time.
Both of them.
All right.
Yes.
All is right with the show again.
So here we go. Starting with Alan. Carl and Drew, you are hosting a superhero draft. Who would be your first overall pick in the draft, and who would be your picks 2 through 10? Alan, we're trying to not hit 2 hours every week, Alan.
Not for nothing. I think it actually would be kind of fun. Let's maybe couch this for a moment. I might tell you my first overall pick, but I think that we could maybe get Jay and Alan on the show, and we could do a hero draft. Could be fun.
Yeah.
Could be fun. Just going to put that out there.
All right. Yeah, cool.
We'd set up some ground rules. Who's allowed, who's not.
Well,
but top of your head, first overall picks? Spoilers.
See, here's the thing. When you're talking like a pseudo-sports thing, you pick with your heart or do you pick with your head?
Well,
because I'm picking with my heart, I'm picking Spider-Man.
That's a solid pick.
If I'm picking with my head, it's going to be Superman.
Yeah, it kind of has to be, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, who's...
Yeah, no.
Freaking Superman.
My first... To be fair, though, my first overall pick, Cap.
Cap?
Screw you, Marvel.
No, Drew, it's hero draft. Cap's not a hero anymore.
Shut up. Stop it. I know what's going on right now, and I don't care. Marvel, you're screwing up. You know it. You know people ain't happy.
Everything returns to status quo.
Oh, yeah. They're going to hand wave this so fast.
Here's the problem with that. I say that a lot, but you know what? Status quo doesn't stick around as long as it used to anymore.
I guess not.
When was the last time Cap was just Cap? Because I was thinking about this with Cap specifically.
Well,
you kind of have to go back to like the first issue of the Remender run. I mean, after that, it was like he went to space and.
No, he went to Dimension Z.
And then he got the super soldier serum sucked out of him.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And then for a long time he was like old, but then he got the serum back for a hot minute, and
now he's evil. Yeah, it's been a while, but you know what? That's okay. Everyone's got to go through these little weird transitional periods. Like Clone Spidey for a little while was weird.
Funny you should mention.
Well, we'll get to that. Wolverine had the
reviews.
adamantium-less period, then the Savage period. Remember when he became like feral or whatever the heck that was? Bruce Wayne had his spine broken for a little while. Superman was electric for a little while. Cap's got to be evil for a little while, apparently. I don't know why.
All right. So, but your first
it would be Cap. The Cap we know and love.
You know what you get with the Cap that you can make the argument for taking him first is the leadership aspect.
Exactly.
So that's, I mean, Superman.
And he's a powerhouse to a degree. He's not a Superman powerhouse, but he's a powerhouse. Tactical, good guy.
Cap. Oh, you're talking about Cap. I thought you said tactical about Superman. I was like,
no, I was talking about Cap. Superman's just...
That's what Batman's for.
Yes. Anyway,
all right,
there you go.
So, question for me from Alan.
Okay.
If you could quantum leap into somebody, who would it be? Multiple answers are acceptable.
That's a good question.
That is a good question. It's also a no-brainer. I'm leaping in Donald Trump.
Oh.
We're going to fix some stuff.
We're going to put right what once went wrong.
We're going to fix some stuff. And you know what? I have no political experience whatsoever, and I'm pretty sure I could do a better job.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leap in Donald Trump since multiple answers are acceptable. I'm going to then leap into whoever is calling the shots with the DC movies.
Okay, sure.
Fire Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Did you see what Alan sent us about Robert Zemeckis being one of the rumored directors?
I did.
For The Flash?
I did.
Did you see what I sent in response?
I believe you said just give him the keys to the whole kingdom.
Yeah. Forget the Flash. Just give him the whole thing.
Yeah. Sure.
I'd be on board with that.
That's okay.
So yeah, those are the two I would leap into.
All right.
Hoping that the next leap would be the leap home.
Yeah.
Drew.
He never made it home.
No, he didn't.
And they misspelled his name in the credits of the last episode.
Just kept leaping.
How did they misspell his name? He's the main character.
How do you not make the movie Blackula starring Scott Bakula?
Wow.
Yeah. See?
Has Scott Bakula ever been in a vampire movie? If not, why not? Because it writes itself. Wow. All right.
Yep.
Bring it on. I'm ready.
Yeah. I'm not saying Scott Bakula would play Blackula.
No, that'd be in bad taste.
Yeah. I'm just saying, maybe like a Van Helsing descendant or something, but yeah.
Okay. I'm with you.
Drew.
Uh-huh.
Do you think man is upsetting the balance of nature? We live in a world where machines rule us like Terminator via Skynet. Or will we live in a world where machines rule us like Skynet, or will we revert to a primitive time like in Horizon Zero Dawn?
Well, we're definitely screwing up nature. Big time. Sorry, science deniers, but the facts are out, and yeah, we're wreaking some havoc, and you really can't fix it easily the way we're going, and we don't really have anywhere else to go, so, maybe killing the rock we live on is not the best move. I don't know.
Hope y'all like the movie Waterworld.
What do I know, though, right? Anyway, so let's see. Will the Terminators get us, or will it be kind of more of a wasteland? Well, seeing as, Siri and Google Assistant work for crap, I'm not too worried about Skynet right now. I'm more concerned about humans just basically nuking each other into oblivion, and then we just have, the Mad Max tribalism going on.
Yeah, but also keep in mind that government technology is always 10 years ahead of what is available to the public.
Oh, you're adorable. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You give the government way
military
too much
technology?
Credit.
Come on.
Weapon technology, sure. Computer technology, yeah, no. Unlikely.
So is that your final answer?
Final answer, we're going to be a bunch of tribal warriors. There's going to be hockey masks involved. Lord Humongous will be there. It's going to be bad. So look for that. It's going to be a good time.
Okay, moving on to Mr. Gelsomino. Drew and Carl.
Hi.
What job would you want the least? GM of a Buffalo sports franchise under Terry Pagula?
Oh, God.
E Honda's towel boy?
Ooh.
Oren Ishii's hairstylist? Co-pilot with Harrison Ford?
Oh, Jesus.
Or law officer in Old Detroit?
Oh, God.
I'm going with E Honda's towel boy based solely on survival probability.
I think you would live with E Honda.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I will live. The other ones, yeah.
I thought it said which one would you least like to have or most. What's the question?
Which one would you want the least?
Yeah, see.
I think that comes down to Harrison Ford and Cop in Old Detroit.
I'm with you there. Knowing what I know about Old Detroit,
I'm going with
I'll take
fly.
my chances with Han.
I'll fly. I'm co-pilot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can have people call me Chewy.
That's good.
Silver lining.
Do you see the irony here of this, though, with Harrison Ford in the plane thing?
What's that?
Indiana Jones, he wasn't acting. Fly? Yes. Land? No. Oh, my God.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. Okay.
Do you think he has to take flying lessons from John Travolta to learn how to land a plane? So Harrison, this is what you gotta do. You gotta land the plane. Oh, my God.
Up. Down. Who. Boo.
Up. Down. That's great. That's fantastic. Oh, that's magical.
Okay, Carl, given the nature of last week's questions and your concern, there were no questions last week, Jay. You didn't send any. And your concern, I will change my line of questioning. Okay, so he's gone from, Murder, Mary, Screw to snuggle, lifelong cuddle, or eviscerate.
What? It's the same thing.
Yeah, that's what the man sent me.
All right.
Chrissy Watkins post-attack. Chrissy Watkins was the first victim of the Jaws franchise.
Oh.
The very first one eaten in the very first movie.
You could have told me she was some new teen actress, and I'd believe you.
The Kittner boy.
Yeah. See, that one I know.
Yep. Or the fancy shark hunter from the tube in SeaWorld. I guess I will snuggle with what's left of Chrissy Watkins, cuddle with what's left of the Kittner boy, and eviscerate the fancy shark hunter in the tube in SeaWorld. Okay. Sure.
Way to take that question.
Drew.
Yeah.
When we go to Toronto on Sunday, what time do you think we should leave? Also,
this has to be addressed on the show, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. Also, can you just make sure you remember your identification before we hit the border? Really, Jay? This couldn't be handled in text message?
I guess not.
This is show-worthy material?
I guess this is show-worthy. Yeah, so Jay and I are going to the Ring of Honor New Japan Pro Wrestling crossover show in Toronto on Sunday, and we're very excited. What time should we leave? Probably about 3, I'm guessing. Also, did y'all know that I'm going to be in a wrestling event the night before? As in, I will be in the event. In the ring.
Are you going to be wrestling? Because I've seen some of your matches online. They're not very impressive.
You haven't seen any matches of mine online. You've seen incidents of mine online. No, I'm not actually going to be wrestling, but I'm going to be the personal ring announcer for Salvatore Morocco.
Nice.
It's going to be fun.
Cool.
Got a whole spiel worked out. Work and heel, like I do. And I think I can remember to, bring my identification, just in case my force powers don't work at the border.
Have you forgot your identification in the past?
No, I don't know why he's being so weird about it. There's no precedent here. I'm good. I'm good at this. So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're good here. Thanks, Jay, for the reminder of things that are in my wallet already.
Well, that does it for cross-examination, ending on a, very mundane note.
If you want to send us text messages, send them to.
Okay, so we've got a very light case files load this week. Not a lot of news happening, and then we've got some Daredevil comic reviews.
Yeah, we'll get you caught up on the Daredevil comic series.
I forgot the order there, but
it's okay.
So for the case files, there was I guess you would call it a teaser, posted today on the social media by the Defenders accounts, teasing the return of Elektra. Which is not a surprise. We all kind of knew.
Did we know?
Yeah, she had been cast.
See, I don't follow that stuff, so I presumed nothing.
Yeah.
I assumed that the Defenders are uniting to defend against the Hand, which might lead you to think that Elektra would be involved.
Yeah,
but I didn't.
If they're holding true to what the Hand's capabilities are,
sure,
then they can, flip the on switch on her again, and she's going to be
just like
for them.
Yeah, just like the Meacham drama or whatever the hell.
Yeah,
I haven't finished it. I don't care. I'll get there. Yeah, Defenders, man. Let's bring it on. Hey, you know what? I like that little Elektra teaser better than the elevator teaser. How about that?
Okay.
So take that for what it's worth.
Okay, so yeah, that came out today. The other thing, not so much like a news thing that was announced, I found it very interesting. I thought you might find it interesting until I did my whole opening thing, and then just kind of didn't know.
I didn't know the gummy bears were.
Okay, no, it's fine.
Sorry,
I'm not
man.
Holding it against you. So earlier today, one of the podcast I listen to, and I've mentioned them on the show before, is a podcast called Laser Time. And in their episode this week, they were talking about the history of the Disney Afternoon.
Okay.
Because a lot of these guys used to work at Capcom. And like, remember we discussed, I think it was last week at Game Night or the week before that like the Disney Afternoon collection just came out.
Yeah.
DuckTales, DuckTales 2, Chip 'n Dale, 2, Tailspin, and Darkwing Duck. And so today on their episode, they had an interview with the creator of Darkwing Duck, a gentleman who goes by the name of Tad Stones.
Okay.
And interesting thing he mentioned, he said that originally he said that the Launchpad McQuack in Darkwing Duck was not the same Launchpad McQuack.
You know what? I've seen that said before.
He said they existed in different worlds. So, but then he continued on and he revealed that the new DuckTales coming out.
Yeah.
Apparently the creators and story writers of the show have been given carte blanche to use anything in the Disney afternoon animated world.
So,
with the exception of Chip 'n Dale.
Oh.
They can't use Chip 'n Dale because apparently there's a movie in development or something.
Okay.
It's one of those things that have been in development for so long, but always backburned. So he said that one episode of the new DuckTales series involves them discovering a long-lost vial of gummy berry juice. Now, since you never watched the show,
I'm sorry.
I'll explain it to you. In the show, the gummy bears would drink the gummy berry juice, which would enable them to bounce and jump for like great distances and high levels. If a human drank the gummy berry juice, they became super strong.
Okay.
So, yeah. I just thought that was kind of neat that, we hear a lot of, we want to create, a connected universe and everything. And nowadays, when we hear that, we're kind of like, really? Can you just tell a story? But hearing this, I'm like, awesome.
Okay.
Can we get a Gizmo Duck, Darkwing Duck team up?
I was literally just going to ask you that. That would be great. That would be fun.
Awesome.
Do
you remember
the
code word to activate the Gizmo Duck suit?
Blatherskite?
There you go, sir.
Look at me, remember my childhood that I tried to repress. Guess it wasn't all bad.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was pretty good up until like junior high. Then it got awkward. Anyway.
Why'd it get awkward for you?
Well, because that's when you become like, junior high is like when you become self-aware. Previous to that, you're just a kid. You don't really care about anything. You're just kind of doing your thing and you think you're normal. Yeah. Then you hit junior high and suddenly like, so weird. I want people to like me. I want girls to like me. Everything I do is wrong. And it gets really awkward and weird. Maybe it's just me.
I was just the whipping boy in junior high because I was the fat kid in class. So
I took solace in heavy metal and comic books, so it worked out okay for me. But
alrighty,
I still do. So I still cry myself to sleep. 35 years old.
Cry yourself to sleep to that gargantuan pillar.
Head,
move.
Oh, boy.
I'm not kidding. That's like Sputnik.
3 people get that, by the way. That's okay.
That's okay.
That's for them right now.
That's okay.
Hey, by the way, I just noticed you shaved the beard.
I did.
I missed the beard.
You missed the beard?
Yeah.
I was just
you rock a fine beard.
I appreciate that. The facial hair is in a state of constant flux. I don't stick with one thing for too long.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what I did. It's funny you should mention it. I'll tell you what I did. I've never really been one for mutton chops or like long sideburns or anything. So that's what I did. I shaved so that like the sideburns came down to a point.
Oh my God.
To a point, and then I had just the mustache and the
You went full Fu Manchu?
Yeah.
You should do you gotta do that.
No. Because Drew, I enjoy sex with my wife.
Oh my God.
And as soon as I walked into the room, I got the look. And then I just about faced, walked right back and just shaved off the side. I'll tell you what, this is what I'll do. I'll grow the beard back, And then for one of our game nights, I'll just go like real creepy. Real like van with a urine stained mattress in it creepy. Is that what you want? Want some candy, little boy?
No. But if you could rock the Lemmy, James Hetfield 1991, that would be the way to go.
Yeah,
but
yeah. All right, folks. Admittedly, we are a little bit behind on Daredevil, the comic book, but we're playing catch up this episode.
I'll be honest with you. After reading these 2 issues, you don't even got to open those. We can pretty much wheel and deal on these because they're telling a pretty straightforward story, and I can get you caught up real quick.
I don't remember much of issue 18.
Okay.
Issue 19 I read this week, so I'm pretty good on. But
18 sets up 19.
Well, yeah, I know, but I still just want to. What, you're worried I'm going to bend your?
No. I'm just,
I know I handle a comic.
I know it's not your first comic rodeo,
sir. I know
sir.
T.S. Quint.
Touch I handle comics in 7th grade.
No, you want to play Little League instead.
So, kids, remember last time we talked about Daredevil comics, we told you that Daredevil's secret identity was past tense, public knowledge, as in everyone knew who he was. Through a series of misadventures, his identity got out, and he just decided to own it and say, you know what? Yes, I am Daredevil. Come at me, bro. He went to California for a while, had some adventures. Now he's back in New York. The thing is, now he's back in New York, and now no one knows he's Daredevil. And we wondered, how come? Why? Well, finally, Daredevil, the comic book series, is going to tell us how and why that happened. And I guess I should have saw it coming, but I didn't. How? Why? Well,
it's starting to come into focus is the how.
The purple man's involved, kind of.
Yes, and the purple kids.
The purple children. Do we got to give everyone the primer on the purple children?
I think we've glazed over it in the past, so probably an introduction proper would be in order.
Well, the purple man, we know from Jessica Jones and from Daredevil, he is the guy who can make you do whatever he wants just by telling you to do it. He has some kind of weird power. That's his power. Yeah. He tells you to do something, you have to do it, however horrible it is. Well, he also has 5 kids that he bred over the years, and when they are in close proximity to each other, they're as powerful as he is, and they can make you do things as well.
More so powerful.
He is. And when they are in proximity to him, he himself becomes more powerful as well.
Yes.
Well, the kids are back, knocking on Matt's door.
Not so much knocking, but like banging frantically in order to escape a mob.
Yes, this is accurate. And not all of them, though, just 2 of them.
Yes, because the others, as we learn, are in control of the Purple Man.
Are they in control of him, or are they under his
the control of the Purple Man?
Yeah.
Yes. So I liked issue 18 because it was, again, friend of the show, Ron Garney.
Yeah.
Great artwork.
Did you notice the Sin City homage panel of Purple Man in his cell?
Yeah.
There's a cell from the Hardigan story in the Yellow Bastard story.
Yeah.
That's very similar.
Yep.
I see what you did there.
So, but yeah, issue 18 is more or less set up for issue 19. Issue 19, different artist. And a very interesting issue. Very introspective issue in a lot of ways. We get to see every version of Matt.
Yeah.
As he's visiting a bar inside his own psyche.
With the Purple Man playing the bartender.
Because at the end of issue 18, Purple Man takes control of Matt.
Yes.
And so this bar, the patrons of this bar are every version of Matt we've come across in his history.
Yep.
We have Proto Daredevil, the black...
If you've watched Daredevil season 1, you know.
Black suit, black head bandana.
Yep.
We have original costume, yellow and brown Daredevil.
Watchers of the show might not know what you're talking about, but do your homework, kids. Go on the internets and look up Daredevil original costume, and you'll see what he used to wear in his very first appearance.
Yes. Then we have the Daredevil, which we've known to come to know and love, red suit.
That's Daredevil. The one and true Daredevil.
Yep. And then we've got the 1990s Daredevil with the armor and
Yeah.
Not for nothing. I remember early on in our show we discussed the armor suit, and
among the 90s suits, it was not
it
the worst.
holds up more today than some redesigns have.
Yeah. Like the Cap armor, for instance. Puke.
Yeah. And then we also have the red suit, 3-piece suit, Daredevil,
yes.
the more recent run.
Don't forget when he opens up his suit coat to reveal the shirt that says "I am Daredevil."
Yes. No, I am not Daredevil.
This one says "I am Daredevil."
Does it?
Yeah,
All right.
but it's homaging that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of cool, and so basically, the Purple Man's new gimmick, instead of making people do what he wants them to do, he's bored with that. His new thing is he wants to make people do whatever thing that they absolutely would never do.
What's their deep, dark, secret desire?
Yes. And he makes them do that. And that's what he does for his enjoyment now because he's a weirdo. And he basically corners Matt and says, what is your worst fear? What is the thing that you would never do? And the different iterations of Matt's psyche or whatever, they all kind of have different answers. But Matt's narration throughout the book indicates like the key to surviving the Purple Man's instructions are to be absolutely resolute in yourself and to know yourself.
Yeah.
And to keep yourself centered on who you really are.
Because in the past, it's mentioned, I believe in issue 19, that Matt has been able to resist the Purple Man's abilities.
Yes.
But now he has a machine that he plugs the kids into.
It's amplifying his abilities.
Dramatically amplifies his abilities.
Now, Matt overcomes.
Yeah.
And he beats the Purple Man.
Yep.
Again. But the kids remark, hey, he saved us.
We should do something for him.
We should do something for him.
Which, you think about what the machine is, you think about what the kids can do, you kind of see... It's kind of safe to say we can see where we're going with this.
And like I said, when this whole thing started, when Charles Soule, until we
have him on the show and he clears it up.
Yeah, we don't know. We asked how is it that everyone forgot?
Yeah.
Well, as soon as those purple kids showed up at his doorstep, I was like, oh.
Yep. You kind of knew right away where it was going to go.
And that's really clever, and that's pretty smart.
But it's not always destination, because the journey can be fun, too.
Absolutely.
So far, this run of Daredevil is good.
Yeah. Berets off, Mr. Soule.
It's one of 3 Marvel books I'm reading. 4.
Yeah.
4. Daredevil, the new Iron Fist.
Okay, how's that? Because I have a couple issues. I haven't read them yet.
It's better than the last Iron Fist series they did.
I don't remember which one was that.
It came out just like a couple years ago.
Okay.
I remember you didn't even do the first issue.
Wow. Okay.
Like, I can't remember what it was about it that turned you off right away. It might have been the artwork.
Wasn't it kind of quirky, or I don't know?
Something is telling me. I think maybe Remender wrote it.
That's one way to get me to not buy a comic book.
Show. Daredevil, Iron Fist, Amazing Spider-Man. Actually, no, there are a couple others. Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Miles Morales Spider-Man, and Champions, which is still really good. Really enjoyable. But there was a new number 1 I picked up this week.
Oh?
Ben Reilly, the Scarlet Spider, number 1.
How's that?
No.
No?
We're not going to be doing issue 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's his deal now? He's back, but he's not back, but he's back?
It is the tortured Ben Reilly clone that did the whole... what was it? The big story arc they just did.
I don't know.
Oh, man. What was it? Something where he was bringing all the dead people back to life. They weren't clones, but they were like slightly more than clones. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Oh, Dead No More.
Sure.
Yeah, Dead No More was a storyline they did.
Okay.
So originally you thought it was the Jackal, but then it turned out it was the Ben Reilly Spider-Man clone, because the Jackal had gotten a hold of him and driven him insane by killing him.
Didn't he reduce to dust?
Yeah. See, here's what happened.
What? How does he?
I know.
Comic
But
books, everybody.
Here's what happened. In the relaunch of the Spider-Man book, one of its many relaunches, issue 75, they decided to clear up who's the clone, who's the real one, and they killed Ben Reilly, finger quotes, killed Ben Reilly, and yes, he dissolved in the powder. But after that was all done, everyone was looking the other way. Miles Warren showed up, the Jackal, who was
Did he have a broom and a
pretty much
dust
pretty
pan?
much, and he wanted to find out why Ben Reilly didn't degenerate like all the other clones did. So he brought Ben Reilly back with that material, and then killed him, and then brought him back again, and then killed him, and brought him back again, so on and so forth for years. And this drove Ben Reilly insane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Ben Reilly a hero or a villain right now as a result of all of this?
He's crazy. He's not definitively either or.
Okay.
But like he has multiple personalities.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Not doing issue 2.
Okay.
And I was aggravated because it was Mark Bagley doing the art and Peter David doing the writing.
That's a solid team.
That's a solid team. I'm just like, they're like, oh, what would it be like if Peter Parker was crazy and not quite a hero?
You would be Superior Spider-Man. We have already done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm my Marvel
and Superior Spider-Man was good.
My Marvel list right now is Daredevil, Punisher, and not for nothing, Punisher is not.
Oh yeah,
good.
I'm still reading Punisher. It's losing me. It's losing me.
I gotta be honest. I'm getting it just to show that I want a Punisher book to exist. But man,
it's boring.
It's boring. It's not good.
And the friggin' keyword swearing drives me crazy. Just make it a Max book.
Yeah,
let him swear.
Yeah, especially since they put a mature readers label on the book.
Yeah,
but it's not a Max book.
Yeah,
what's the point? I don't. Whatever. So Daredevil, Punisher are my main two. Unworthy Thor I'm enjoying because Aaron on Thor is always good.
Yeah.
That's wow. That might be the gist of my Marvel experience right now because I'm just
and Star Wars. But
but are those Marvel? But you know what I mean.
Star Wars still good.
Yeah, it's okay. It's pretty good. So yeah, Marvel's not really doing. So neither of the big two are really doing anything for me right now.
I'm still really enjoying DC. Batman, Superman, Green Arrow, Flash, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. They're all solid.
Yeah. Anyway,
but new Bane series starting.
Saw that coming by Graham Nolan,
and Chuck Dixon,
the creators of Bane.
Yeah,
could be worth it.
You know what? Here's what I'll probably check it out in trade when it comes out.
Okay,
probably not gonna do single issues of it.
I will say this, man. Like Graham's style is a style that is like almost going away in comics,
which is unfortunate.
And I was gonna say it's really unfortunate because he has a great comic book style. Like it's great, but yet artists now don't seem to. I don't know. Comic art's gone through like a weird transition, and very few guys really stand out anymore. But his still does. His pops. He's got that pop, and you don't see that a lot anart and that's so strange to say because I read so many. Well, not as many comics as I used to, but I don't know. Art goes in phases, and I guess right now we're kind of in a bland phase. So if nothing else, I'm sure that Bane series is going to look fantastic.
Did you ever read that? Because I know you got the first issue, because I mentioned it on one of our past episodes. That Reborn series from Image?
Yeah, Greg Capullo and Mark Millar.
It's
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Millar is...
It's enough to get me to buy all 6 issues.
You know what it is? This is Mark Millar in a nutshell. Mark Millar comes up with just enough of a concept and an execution to pitch a movie. That's all they are. Kick-Ass,
God,
Nemesis,
they did.
all of them.
I know the rights have been acquired. I really hope Starlight gets made into a movie.
Oh, so you haven't heard the rumor?
Oh God, why I gotta dash?
No, you're gonna like this. You're gonna like this.
Now you got that look on your face though, like you're saying I'm gonna like it, but you know deep down I'm gonna hate it.
No. You're gonna like
All
this.
right. What do you got?
So Starlight,
Yeah.
is apparently in development. They're trying to make a movie of it. Do you know who they want to cast as the lead? Think about Starlight's story now.
Yeah.
The guy who was on the planet and he was the hero of the planet for a long, long time. Then he had to come back to Earth.
Yeah.
So he's an older guy.
Yeah. It's like basically what happens when Flash Gordon isn't Flash Gordon.
More, yeah, kind of like that.
The Rock.
No. I'll give you one more guess.
Seth Rogen.
When I tell you, all right, nope, that's not correct at all.
Because I'm banking on Hollywood to screw this up.
What if I told you they want Sylvester Stallone to be the lead?
I'd rather have Seth Rogen.
What? Are you out of your mind? That's going to be awesome. That's perfect.
No.
Come
no,
on,
it's
man.
not.
Yes, it is.
If I had to cast that role.
Yeah. It's got to be an older guy, man.
Yeah, it's got to be an older guy. You know what? You're probably going to pshaw me, but
you just poo-pooed Sylvester Stallone.
Kurt Russell would be better. Ed Harris would be really good.
These are solid choices, but they lack the certain...
10 years ago, Clint Eastwood, perfect. Perfect.
We're not there, though.
Yeah, I know. So
I think Sly's going to... He could rock this.
Definitely recommend, folks. If you haven't read Starlight, go out and pick up the trade.
It's definitely one of Millar's
really
better books. It's better than... I'm sorry, but
I'd be rolling tears at the end of the first issue.
Wanted and you know, these are meh. Starlight's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
Starlight.
Right. First I see tonight.
I'm okay with this. I'm not going to lie.
I'm not.
Greg Capullo, though, where you were going with Reborn, I think is that Greg Capullo's art is very distinct as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I find that if you have any sort of really identifiable and distinct style these days, you're probably not working at Marvel or DC. You're probably doing good work on yourself.
Marvel has a couple good artists, especially like on Champions. Humberto Ramos is doing.
He's
Champions.
very good. Sure.
The Amazing Spider-Man artist escapes me at the moment. Obviously, friend of the show, Ron Garney.
Yep. But the house style is pretty much prevailing.
They're starting to develop a house style.
Well, they did. They had it for years.
DC still had, for as good, as well written as the books are, they still very much have a house style.
Yeah, DC's more notorious for that than anybody.
Yeah,
remember,
and it's not bad. It's just there's no difference between the books, and that's not a good thing. Because the visual language is just as important as the words on the bubble.
Yeah, that's why they're comic books. Like, I like books that have a flair. Every book should kind of have its own thing going on.
So the Iron Fist series, and you know, it's been a while since we talked comic books proper, like just what we're reading and what we're enjoying. So I'm okay with this going a little longer. The Iron Fist series, I'm enjoying it. What's with the tracksuit?
That's like the alternative to the disco collar that they've come up with.
But the disco collar, it's got the disco collar.
Then I have no idea.
It's a tracksuit with the disco collar.
I'm going to go ahead and just guess that they're trying to evoke some Bruce Lee and the yellow tracksuit imagery through Iron Fist. Which
is funny because the story's kind of taken an Enter the Dragon sort of path.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it, but it's just like, I don't like the tracksuit.
Okay, well,
just give him what he had in the Brubaker run.
All right,
it was fine.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
So yeah, what else are you reading that you're digging right now?
most of the same stuff I've talked about before. Lazarus by Greg Rucka and Michael Lark is or is it Steve Epting? Ooh, I want to get that right. Ooh, boy. Hold on. Let me double check. It's right behind me. Yeah, Lazarus is really good. I'm also really, really digging this book by Jeff Lemire called Descender. And that's like a space opera, more or less. And as a space opera,
as we are known to like,
if you've played Mass Effect, especially, I think, it's right up your alley because it's very, very Mass Effect-y.
Yeah,
but it's also got man, machine. It's got some hints of AI. The movie AI.
Okay.
Hints. Don't be afraid. Don't that movie stunk. I'm not going to read that. No, trust me, it's different. Yeah. It's good. So yeah, Lazarus, Greg Rucka, and Michael Lark. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Lazarus is a fantastic comic book, and it's picking up steam, and they're leading into some big bad stuff. So it's pretty good. What else am I reading? It's all here. It's all here, man. Oh, the new Brubaker Sean Phillips series, Kill or Be Killed. Kill or Be Killed.
Okay.
Right when you think you know what Brubaker and Phillips are going to do next, because they work together all the time.
Yeah.
Pretty much exclusively together nowadays. And Brubaker loves him pulpy noir fiction.
Mm-hmm.
So the criminal books, fantastic. The Fade Out, also fantastic, but they're all kind of similar in that they're like pulpy crime stories. Kill or Be Killed is modern, and it's got a more modern voice. It's still pulpy, but there's a slight unreliable narrator, possible supernatural angle going on.
Okay,
possible.
Yeah.
But it's a really well told story so far, and dude, Brubaker can spin a yarn. So. Plain and simple. I'm also reading Paper Girls by Brian K. Vaughan,
mm-hmm.
who also writes Saga, which I'm also enjoying. These are my jams now. Like Invincible still by Kirkman, which we are now entering like the final run. I'm gonna be sad, man. This is not good, but it is what it is. This is the stuff I go to first. This stuff ends up at the top of my read pile before any of the Marvel DC stuff. I don't get excited about the Marvel DC stuff anymore like I used to, but as soon as I get these new creator books home, I read them because I want to see what happens in them. Oh, and before I forget, I will say, it's a DC book. It's not a core DC book, but it's a DC book. The new Doom Patrol.
Still good?
I really enjoy it.
Awesome.
It's like, you could almost tell me Grant Morrison wrote it and I'd believe you.
Alrighty.
So Gerard Way basically picked up the pieces of Morrison's Doom Patrol and he took the toys out of the toy box, and now he's playing with them. But he is doing new stuff with them. But it's still very spot on.
Cool.
So I'm enjoying that.
I'm still reading Archie. The Mark Waid Archie.
How's that going?
Still good.
Okay.
Still like a good, solid, enjoyable read. And I believe starting soon will be a Street Fighter versus Darkstalkers.
Okay.
So that'll scratch the fanboys.
I'm kind of finding out, like, in a weird way.
Hopefully it'll be better than Street Fighter Cross G.I. Joe. That was terrible.
And that's weird because like they feel like that could work on paper.
It didn't.
Yeah, that's a shame. I've drawn that line between like wrestling and comics and stuff before. How like it's just content now, a lot of filler, yada yada.
So you're not reading the WWE comic?
No, I'm not. That's a layer too far for even me. But in a similar fashion, once you realize that there's life beyond the big fish, life gets better.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is like once you get outside of WWE and you find Lucha Underground and you find NJPW, you go like, oh, there's cool stuff going on.
Yeah.
That's better than this other big thing that gets by because it's the big thing. So like wrestling has that. And you get outside, it's a whole new world. And it's exciting. It's fun. Comics, I'm kind of figuring out, or I have figured out, and it's proving true more and more to me anyway. Once you kind of get off the big two, pipeline, Like, oh my God, look at all this cool other stuff out there that's interesting and pushing boundaries and breaking new ground, telling good stories that have satisfying conclusions and stuff. I like it. I like it.
All right.
Comics.
That being said, yeah, it's good to get back to comics. We're I think was it the week that like winter happened all in 3 days that we were supposed to record the last review and just got pushed off anyway, we're going to be more regular with comic reviews as you, the listeners, have requested.
We have, and I think keeping it a good place to start, keeping it on theme with the show, we have these Daredevil comic series, Bullseye, Elektra, and Kingpin kind of happening. So we can maybe start hammering those out one at a time as we go on here.
Alrighty. That being said, let's get back to the sweet, sweet goodness that is Daredevil Season 2.
Yeah.
With Episode 6, Regrets Only.
So,
Drew.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or were you thinking kind of Quentin Tarantino-ish in the opening of this episode? A little Kill Bill-ish?
Little bit. Get a little biker montage.
A little bit, yeah. Poppy music in there.
And, not for nothing, but do we know that there's not 88 of these guys?
We don't know.
The crazy...
And we have no idea as to their mental status.
No.
Whether or not they're sane or crazy.
That's correct. That's very correct. Yes. But we do know that they're going after Elektra and Matt in the building, the apartment building.
Oh,
picking up after the cliffhanger from last week.
They're making up for a distinctive lack of action in the last episode by hitting the ground running.
Yeah, emphasis on hit.
Yes, a lot of hits, a lot of punchy, kicky, flippies.
We get some ninja action here.
Yes,
and Daredevil in his new awesome suit, beating the crap out of Yakuza.
And as if it hadn't been established before, we could see the first in costume, for lack of a better phrase, action of Elektra.
We'll call it in costume.
She was kind of a fighter from the flashbacks, but this definitely shows. I love the one guy who's just like kind of sitting on the kitchen counter, just like casual. I'm gonna pick my spot. I'm not gonna rush into this.
Yeah,
and then he gets beaten up with the rest of them.
Well,
I think Lucas wants to come in.
Of course he does. He wants to bug us. Like he does.
He's Lucas.
He's Lucas. We are like the buzzings of flies to him. All right.
A child. Yes. Child.
Anyway, so Matt is now basically dragged back into Elektra's sphere.
Yes. And the next scene we see is them at a diner.
And she's
Matt wants answers.
Yeah.
Elektra just has ultimatums.
Yeah, and she basically admits that she's been lying to him the whole time. And Matt said, yeah, what else is new?
Yeah. How is this different from any other of our interactions?
But he does agree to help her.
For the cost of pie.
Yeah.
She wanted
not the pie you're thinking of.
No, I'm talking
she
about
wanted
the apple pie.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. So,
while that whole thing is happening with Matt and Elektra and Roxanne and money and ninjas.
Roxanne? Someone had to say it sooner or later.
I know. Meanwhile, Frank is in the hospital, and he is under arrest in the hospital as he recovers.
Yes.
And apparently he might be facing execution?
Yes, because the public defender, and I'm using air finger quotes because he's not very good at his job, I believe the terminology is.
No.
There's a whole bunch of stuff wrong in the police statement, and he kind of relays to Nelson and Murdoch that this is looking to be an open shut case with the death penalty and out of state. What was it, Delaware?
Delaware. They still have the death penalty, and Frank killed all those bikers in Delaware.
Delaware.
Hi. I'm in Delaware. That's right.
I'm in Delaware.
That movie is probably the most exposure the state of Delaware has gotten since the colonial times.
Pretty much.
I'm just saying.
So this kind of goes along with Karen asking questions about Frank, digging deeper, not only with stuff she was doing at Daily Not Bugle.
The Not Daily Bugle.
The Not Daily Bugle.
Well, this guy, this public defender, he goes to Nelson and Murdoch to take Karen's statement down, and she basically says, like, everything that you have here about the case is incorrect.
Yeah.
Who gave this to you? Oh, the district attorney gave this to me. This is all released from her office or whatever in the police reports. Someone is going up the works on the facts of Frank Castle's background and his incoming trial. And this does not sit well with Matt or Foggy or Karen.
Yeah, well, I don't think Foggy could care less either.
No.
Foggy just wants to pose much distance between Nelson and Murdoch and Frank Castle.
True.
As he can.
But Matt and Karen are a little more concerned about, the truth.
Yeah. And even though Foggy is the one who has the most comic booky line in the entire episode, at the end of the episode, where it's like, hope your schedule's clear, because the People versus Frank Castle starts next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a little bit of a comic booky line.
It works.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just
he's no smart ass. He makes it work.
So Foggy is cued into a couple realities in this episode.
Yeah.
First reality is that he is now Frank Castle's attorney.
Yeah.
Which is the last thing he wanted to be when he woke up in the morning.
Thanks, Matt.
And he's also been cued into the reality that Matt and Karen have elevated their relationship, evolved their relationship, changed the parameters.
I think, as they would say on the Facebooks, it's complicated.
You know what drives me crazy, Drew?
Go on.
What drives me absolutely nuts? And I'm sorry, I am going to generalize because I've never met a man who's been like this.
Okay. Careful. Careful now.
I don't want to label it. You know what, Drew?
Yeah?
If it looks like a duck,
yeah,
swims like a duck, quacks like a duck, drops out of the sky after getting shot by the light zapper like a duck, gets picked up by a dog, and laughs, lying in dog's hands.
Well, if you miss, he laughs at you.
You know what? It's a duck.
Okay.
You guys are dating. Just call it what it is.
All right.
Just say what it is.
Well,
dating.
There's the whole degree of they don't want to offend Foggy because they,
If you feel like I'm generalizing, folks, by all means, send us a line.
Okay. Talk about Matt here or just, people on Facebook?
No, I'm talking just about the whole we're not labeling it thing that drives me crazy.
Okay. I mean,
I have a friend who's like that.
All right.
She's living with a guy.
Oh, yeah, they're dating.
She is with this guy all the time.
Is she seeing other people?
Not to my knowledge.
They're
But
dating.
she doesn't like to label it. She doesn't like labels.
Dude. You're dating.
Dating.
Guy. Yeah.
Boyfriend and girlfriend.
Now, if you guys are just bumping uglies once in a while and living in your own place, that's different. But
yeah, I mean, there's definitely a line where it's just friends with benefits and then like relationship. But it's clear that
no, you live together.
Yeah, Matt and Karen are in a relationship at this point. They are in a romantic relationship. They are boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, but they're feeling it out.
They're how can I phrase this?
They're in the early stages.
They're coming into an understanding of their new reality.
Okay, but maybe they're not fully
there
yet.
That new reality being their boyfriend and girlfriend.
All right.
Just saying.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Foggy sees this and he's just taken aback a little bit.
Well, there's a few things in play here with that. One, I think Foggy still has a little thing for Karen, even though he might not want to admit it now that she's been around a while.
He probably does, but I think it's evolved.
But there's a bigger one, though. There's a bigger issue. Foggy is cued in to Matt's nightlife.
Yes.
And now he sees Matt getting involved with Karen, who they care about.
Yes.
How Foggy also cares about as a co-worker and as a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. He knows how hard it is to be Matt's friend.
Yes.
So Now bring Karen into the fold, bring her closer even.
Yeah.
That could get dangerous.
This episode seemed, I don't want to say lighter because a lot of stuff did happen in this episode, but it didn't have the emotional impact of last episode.
No.
Last 3 episodes.
Yeah. No, this was more. This is more of an execution. Let's get the plot moving episode.
Yeah, it's kind of kicking into high gear with because at one point Elektra picks up Matt for a party.
They go to
the swanky party.
They go to the swanky party.
Yes,
the Yakuza party.
Yes, which Matt plays the blind card.
Yes, he does
masterfully.
And they infiltrate the Nakatomi Tower. I know it's not really called that, but it kind of sounded like it.
A little bit.
I was looking for Hans Gruber. He wasn't there, but it's okay. Japanese Hans was there. He had a finger collection.
Yes, finger box.
That's not weird.
And at what point did he ever say Yakuza?
I guess he didn't. So if he's not Yakuza, who could he be working for?
The Foot!
Oh, there's a swerve. That's a crossover that has to happen someday.
Yes! It's such an easy story.
Of course it is.
Clan war between the Hand and the Foot with Matt and the Turtles caught in between. Boom.
Okay.
There you go.
Sold.
Writes itself.
This all works. Hollywood? No.
Shredder
Actually,
versus Nobu?
correction. No Hollywood.
Yeah,
Leave Hollywood out of this.
No.
Marvel, IDW. Let's get talking.
Yeah. Shredder versus Nobu? Come on.
Shredder versus anybody.
Shredder versus Daredevil? That's a fight I want to see.
Yes. That kind of has to happen now. Now that we're saying it definitely has to happen.
And if they're heroes and they meet, there has to be a misunderstanding and they have to fight.
It's part of the deal.
Pretty confident Matt could take Donatello and Michelangelo. Could Matt take Leonardo and Raphael? I'm talking just one-on-one scenarios here.
I'm going to say he could use Raph's rage against him somehow. He might have a tough time with Leonardo.
I could see those two fighting to a standstill.
Yeah. We're nerds. It's okay.
We are. Folks.
And then at some point, Stick has to fight Splinter.
That almost wouldn't make as much sense. Because Stick's not really in the picture in Daredevil anymore.
He's not. But,
Is he dead in the comics?
I don't know. I think so. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I should know this, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. He hasn't shown up in a long time, so I'm going to say he's presumed dead.
Maybe. We can get some Punisher versus Casey Jones.
Now you're talking. Oh, they can hit the streets together.
Gungala!
That'd be pretty dope. Yes, I'm okay with this. Maybe then Punisher can get his own hockey mask with a skull painted on it. Pretty sweet.
Be awesome.
So they're doing the whole. They're there for the Roxxon ledger, right?
Yeah.
The criminal ledger.
Yes.
Which we get to see Matt use his powers in some cool new ways in this episode too.
Yeah. Really, you kind of figure safe cracking is a given.
Of course.
But the whole, the electrical field being given off by the wall, that was really, really cool. Really interesting display of what he can do.
I almost feel like they might want to play that up more in some way in future episodes, because that's a very... I'd never seen that done before in the show. And it's we could do that the whole time? They do that more. Yeah,
and when they're trying to leave the party, it's kind of like he has the whole Metal Gear Solid radar thing going.
He didn't get in a cardboard box at any point, though. So,
no.
But basically most of the Matt and Elektra stuff in this episode is just them in the party, beating up or hiding from
and it's cool
ninjas.
But like we said, the last 3 episodes have been very emotionally heavy.
Yeah, this is more plot advancement,
getting the plot going.
Yeah, but they do get the ledger, and they're reading the ledger, and all the usual criminal stuff is in there: drugs, human trafficking, yada yada. But then there's stuff that's encoded, and they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And basically they come to the conclusion that if they're willing to put drugs, guns, and trafficking in clear as day English in here, why is this other stuff in code, and what the heck could it possibly be? What is so important that it has to be encoded after all this other stuff?
Yeah.
So there's something else going on.
Yeah.
Roxxon's into some dirty stuff.
And also another interesting subplot to this episode is Karen's connecting with Frank.
Right. That's the other side of the story.
And it almost seems that, you know how we've discussed in the past that this was kind of beginning in the past couple shows have followed it, the 2-act format to the Marvel Netflix shows. Mm-hmm. This season of this show was kind of the first one to do it. It almost seems like Karen and Foggy are still in Act 1 where Matt has moved on to Act 2.
Yes, kind of. But unlike, say Luke Cage, where it's two halves of a show, demarcated by the midpoint in the series, Daredevil Season 2, where a lot of people like to point and say this is where it started, like that trend.
Yeah.
Not really, based on what I'm seeing. This is all kind of going concurrently. Now, I know Frank does kind of go away for a little while, but not really. He still gets scenes.
He has his own story.
Yeah.
He has his own little journey.
So, yeah, I'm not too... I don't think Daredevil Season 2 has a real problem with being two shows, the front half and the back half. It's all kind of going on concurrently. Individual episodes get split up between characters, but the show itself doesn't take a sudden turn.
Yeah.
We don't get a Diamondback turn, for instance. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So that more or less everything that happens in this episode. It's a good episode.
Well, hang on. We didn't get to what's going to happen with Frank, though. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. My bad.
He opens up to Karen about his family a little bit and his SEAL training and all that business, and not SEAL but his sniper training. I found that part actually kind of funny, where he tries to make up with Karen, being like, "You were never in any real danger when I was going after Grotto."
Yeah. You were using a shotgun.
That's what I said. Like you had a shotgun.
It's not a precision weapon.
No, and he's shooting at her.
That's when you want to make mess.
Yeah, Frank, buddy. I mean, that's one little flaw I have with this episode. Well, with the Punisher and his mode of operations, and now they're trying to I'm not going to say redeem him, but come on, dude, you went at it with a shotgun.
Yeah.
But he's gonna cop a plea, and he's good. They tell him, we got you 25 years minimum, possibility of parole. We got the death penalty taken off the table, and the triple homicide reduced to one homicide. And again, you will be up for parole in 25 years. Just got to plead guilty. Frank doesn't plead guilty.
No.
He pleads not guilty and threatens to kill the DA.
Because Karen has relayed to him that Reyes is trying to clear something up.
Yeah.
So I think Frank's kind of putting stuff together in his head that
the DA is in with the
disclosed.
mob. Yeah, the DA is trying to bury him. Why? He wants to know why too.
Yeah.
So he knows they're up to no good. So he pleads not guilty, leading us to the trial of Frank Castle upcoming. Also, slight observation, and I don't know how to read it necessarily. Frank relives the day his family was killed, right? On the carousel. Yes. And he says, in hindsight, he should have saw it coming. But he also says, when he was there, he heard them all coming. He heard it happening, and he did nothing. Question about that. Is that sort of, kind of, a nod to the Punisher Bourne series, where we established pretty much that Frank was already who he was pre-murder of his family, and that the murder of his family was the final sort of to be that guy. The killing of his family is basically the payment to allow himself to be that guy forever. And is him saying that I did nothing a slight wink and a nod, saying this is who he is, and at that moment he knew it and let it happen?
I don't necessarily think so. I think in the context of the show, it's survivor's remorse. I think if you say that about the Punisher, if you say he was always this guy and that, he just let his family die, I think it takes away what the character it takes away from the character. It's sort of like, to use probably not the best example, it's sort of like in the movie Spider-Man 3 when they made it that, Sandman accidentally killed Uncle Ben.
Oh, yeah.
You just took away Spider-Man's whole reason for being Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was a bad decision.
Yeah. That movie's 20 years old.
Spider-Man 3?
No, 10 years old, I'm sorry.
Slow down, man.
10 years old.
Holy God. I felt really old for me. Like, wait, what?
Yeah. So I wouldn't necessarily, I think like I said, in the context of the show, I think it's survivor's remorse.
All right.
But yeah, I don't think you can't really take that approach with Frank.
Okay.
So,
all right. Fair enough.
So yeah, good episode. Now, folks, we got a surprise for you.
Oh, what?
We have a new segment on the show. Closing arguments.
You're kind of blowing my mind right now.
And closing arguments, I know, doesn't necessarily work for what it's going to be, but it works in the context of
the last segment of the show.
Yeah,
sure.
Closing arguments is going to be where we ask you a question.
Oh, look at you!
And you can respond to the question at the following sources. You can tweet us back at Devils Do Pod. You can go to facebook.com/Devils Do Pod. You can email us at thedevilsdupod@gmail.com, or you can find all those resources on thedevilsdupodcast.com. Our question for you this week, listeners, is you heard us talk about what we're reading and what we're enjoying in comics. If you read comics, what are you reading that you can recommend to us? What's good that you're reading? So yeah, simple question this week to start it off.
And can I amend it?
Sure.
What are you reading? Why are you recommending it to us? What do you like about it, and sell us on your favorite comic books?
Yeah, and we will read your answers on the next episode.
There you go.
So that being said, any final thoughts?
No, that's good. I like this new concept, and let's see how it goes.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. Please spread the word on the show. Retweet, share our new episode announcements, review us on iTunes. We appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening. And court is adjourned.